Hey, how you guys doing this evening? Oh my God, it's so nice to be here. I haven't seen you guys. It's been almost a week. I didn't really post any lives. I didn't get a chance to post any lives this week, so you can get to be a part of my week. But this week, we're talking about the subject of the truth about social media depression. This is episode 6, guys. So, we're moving along fast and everything. First, I wanted to say happy holidays to everybody that's out there. And um, let's get into the show and what it's really about this time. Let's see. Tonight, we're talking about something almost everybody feels, but almost nobody admits, right? And that's like crazy. Social media is supposed to connect us, but for millions, it's causing comparison, anxiety, and making people feel like they're not enough. Every age group is getting hit differently: kids, teens, young adults, even older adults. So I'm going to break it down to you. Children's ages 9 to 12, social media users jump fast at the age hours a day by age 12. So that means kids are like really spending a lot of time on social media, which is really crazy. But one other UCSF study found that 35% rise in depression symptoms as uses increase. So kids feel more sadness about irritability and more cyberbulletin that lose sleep overnight. Cyberbullying at the age has been linked to suicide attempts. So a lot of kids are falling like to suicide and things like that because they're online and they are like talking to all these different people. So they're seeing people that are they comparing themselves to a lot of different things that's going on online with a lot of different role models. We want to get into the names, but they're they're like not really how should I say, being responsive the way that we want them to be because of their age groups and everything. Let me see. Children's, just like I said, let me see. Teens. Let's go into teens. Teens ages 13 through 17 years old. 95% of the teens uses social media. So one third online, almost constantly are on like line doing a lot of different things, comparing themselves and just trying to see who's who that's on there. But cut it. Let's get down to the real deal. We got different age groups that are affected by social media in many different ways, and you know there has been like proof by psychiatrists, doctors, medical providers, psychologists that are from all over the world, and some of them from top universities and stuff who have ran like tests and different type of focus groups and things of that nature to try to see um, what's the percentage of kids that are being depressed even up to ages like 35 and 40 years old. People that are kind of older in their 50s and things of that nature, they're trying to say that those are the people that kind of social media has been kind of good for them because they are kind of forming some type of connection to people that are on the outside that they love and stuff, instead of loneliness and depression and things of that nature checking in. But let me see. Teens are spending 3 hours a day doubles their risk of depression and anxiety. So that's with teens. They're dealing with comparison addiction, body image issues, sleep loss, and social anxiety. Real tragedies for teens: hospitalized and eating disorders. So teens are dying by suicide. A 15-year-old girl, they said, was killed copying a TikTok stunt. So over 1,800 families are suing Meta and TikTok, because Meta's own research said that Instagram worsens body image issues for one of three teen girls. So, as far as the young adults are concerned that are 18 through 29, it's saying that this group, social media, the most is of suffering because, in comparison, it shifts from looks to careers to money to relationship successes. So mentally, they face Instagram envy, loneliness, identity pressure, and burnout. That's like really bad. So their use of social media is to escape depression, but social media makes it worse. Influences break down studies, hospitalized, I can't say this word, algorithms pushing extreme content. So um, this is like really getting bad. It's getting out of order, especially for our teenagers and everything. You notice that now they can't even stay focused. You can be talking to them. Everybody, when I took the train today, everybody on the train is on their cell phone. It's like it's crazy. You know what I mean? And the thing is that what they're trying to say is that we're constantly comparing ourselves and to what we see. You see, and even in adults that are age 30 to 60 years old, they say that they are more positive, less loneliness, stronger family connection support that they're getting from cell phone. But let's see. But negatives hit too. They have doom scrolling, career envy, political stress, and feeling behind. So all age groups see sleep problems, eye strain, neck and back pain, weight gain, and higher stress. So why is it hurts? Because social media, right, is everyone's best 1%. Um, so you compare your real life to someone's filtered, highlighted reel. So humans weren't built for a nonstop comparison. So this creates envy, low self-esteem, depression, and silent internal battles. That's crazy. So the real cases are New York City subway surfing death found, from a TikTok trend. A young woman was hospitalized after extreme dieting content. Families losing teens to suicide and self harm algorithms. That's the word I was trying to say, algorithms. And over 4,000 victims included in lawsuits nationwide. So this is real and it's getting worse, supposedly. Now, there are some positives to social media. We're not going to say all everything is negative, negative. The positive is, to be fair, social media does have benefits, okay? So we have the connections. There are a lot of support groups out there. Education, you learn a lot. Creativity, there's a lot of creative things that's going on social media. So we get to see that. And then we have a lot of business opportunities that are on there that we see kind of that encourage us and stuff. So, but when usage become constant or emotional, the negative outweighs the positive fast. If you have kids and everything, there are remedies that you can use. Children, you guys should say no phones in the bedrooms, right? There should be like strict limits, offline activities that you create. You always should have some type of strict limits on the phones. And when it comes to teens, turn off notifications. The teens should turn off their notification, and also the teens should delete toxic accounts. So if some kind of way you have somebody that's toxic and you see that it's not good to be looking at, don't be looking at it and stuff. Less than 2 hours a day. I challenge you guys to try to do less than 2 hours a day with your phone, and turn your phone off at night. Okay, that's another one. That's for teenagers, but with young adults, you should schedule yourself for like detox weekends where you just saying, I'm not going to just I'm going to go for this weekend and I'm not going to pick up my phone. See how long you can do that. You put ant timers, like set a timer like on how long you gonna be on an ant. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but don't be on there for too long and everything and getting so absorbed in. Also, you should follow uplifting content. That's something that I definitely agree with. Like try to follow content that's like really, really, really like cool. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of content out there y'all know y'all shouldn't be following. And seek therapy when you need it. If you see that social media is causing some type of depression or whatever, you know, you get depressed, you're not sleeping, you constantly on the phone. Some of these are signs. You know what I'm saying? You should seek some type of therapy and stuff, but don't let it get out of hand. And another thing is adults and seniors. Limit your doom scrolling. You know, they call it doom scrolling. Curate positivity when you're online and stuff. Try to always look for positive things to get involved in, positive people. Don't like always just like get clinged on to the negative, negative, negative. And try to join uplifting communities. I find that really good because I'm in a senior group as far as I'm concerned. I don't even care to adult seniors, you know, and when I'm online, I try to like connect to a positive uplifting things like, you know, today, you know, I was in it wasn't really online, but it was a summit, and it was a positive summit, you know. I'll go into that a little later. And but for everyone, you know, sleep first. Your phone should be second. Try to like keep in your mind, you know, I'm going to make my phone like, you know, second in my life and stuff. You ain't gotta answer every message. You ain't gotta like, you know, because another thing what I've learned is that when you jump to answering people's calls and stuff like that, you know what happened. They start expecting it. And when you don't, what that turn into? Some drama. So I do not answer your call right away when you call me, especially if I'm in the middle of something that's important, like a shower. I'm not jumping out of the shower for your phone call. Um, you know, charge your phone outside your bedroom. When you go to sleep at night, take your phone, plug it into in your office in your other room or something. Because if you constantly keep it on your nightstand, that's like crazy. You know, cell phones can lag you as far as make you lazy, as far as exercise and all of these positive things. So, you know, try to move your body daily. You know, have some time instead of socializing on the cell phone. Get up and do a walk. Go and oh my God, I was walking today and stuff. I swear I'm gonna post some images. It's a market called to Italy. It's like Italy, but Italy, and it's over um, in an area that's in Manhattan. It's like on 23rd Street. It's over in that area. But trust me, we went in there. I took some image. It's a specialty market. I'm always going in and I'm buying real creative stuff. But we'll go into that later. Um, Ask yourself, how is this making me feel? That's number one. Always ask yourself, how's the cell phone making you feel? Because if you anxious is making you anxious, stop strolling. If you're depressed, talk to someone. You're not alone. You see what I'm saying? Because this is something that goes on all the time. So, you know, always just remember that social media is a tool, right? And it can inspire you. Yes, it can. Or it can break you. So, but you control the power you give it. So, you know, if you like up on there, like it's controlling you, because a lot of people are, I'm telling you, they stay on the phone. You can't even have a normal conversation, you know? And I'm not into the texting, you know, that texting thing, just texting back and forth. That takes too much time, you know. What is nice now, they put that speaker on there so you can talk on your phone and stuff, but even that makes mistakes, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to like talk to you and hear your emotion behind a conversation, because you never sometime listen when you talking to somebody on the phone, right? Now this is true fact, and if they say stop, stop can come across like stop, but then it could be like stop. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you ain't really hearing the voice behind it, you sometimes can speculate. And speculation is not always good when you're talking to somebody, right? Um, but if you choose peace, right? Choose presence, right? And choose your real life over this imitation, like wanna be something like somebody else, or trying to implicate somebody or duplicate somebody, or sitting around saying that you shoulda, coulda, woulda based on somebody else's life, or what if that was you. If you that kind of person, then you need to cut your time down on social media. Because to be honest with you, I am not so much interested in putting my life out there, because my life is on a need to know basis. But I am still in this position where so I'm doing more education and positive energy. So when I do that, it involves me to be online so you get to know me. But I'm still giving out positive information. I am never going to mislead you or have you going down a rabbit hole with some information that I didn't do my research. And with that being said, you know, I'm going to talk about these are some of the this is the Health and Human Services. They had a social media and youth mental health newsletter went out. We have the what is it? The Judd Foundation. They did an article. We got the CDC did an article, associations between screen time used and health outcomes among U.S. teenagers. We have who is this? I'm sorry, the University of Buffalo social media um, use tied to poor physical health. So that's like crazy. We have American Psychiatric Association, 6 tips to help take control of your social media use and improve your well-being. That's interesting. And let's see. Then we have who is this? John Hopkins. John Hopkins Children's Center study shows more than just social media use may be causing depression in young adults. These are reputable resources. This stuff is coming from you guys, and this is the lawyer that's fighting the social media case on behalf of the kids and stuff. You can look that up. That's been in Time Magazine, and I think the University of California, San Francisco, said that social media might be the cause of depression as well. So I just want to show you guys that a lot of these resources and stuff that we get, we see people, they like constantly strolling on phones, always. You know what I'm saying? It's like, pick up something, read, read. Stop doing that at night strolling where you like up looking at people and comparing yourself, and even for the older people, try to like escape the negative stuff, and stay in a positive situation and stuff when it comes to social media. Let's see. So anyway, you guys, I was trying to upload this picture tonight, right? It was the ingredients, and I was going to do a thing and ask you guys what let me see who we got on here. Happy holidays from um who is that? I can't see. Let me hold on, you guys, because I gotta pull it up. Okay, this is from Danita Carter. Okay, hey Danita, how you doing, baby? I miss you, cuz. And then we got Arthur on here. Happy holidays and great job, well done. And Erica, good evening. Good evening, baby. I was struggling a little bit when I first came on because I keep telling you guys that I cannot be scripted. I like to just come on and be raw and talk about different things, but cover the issues and everything. And so I'm trying to feel my way a little bit with this set and not, so much, do scripts and all that kind of stuff. But, nevertheless, so I was going to challenge you guys. I was going to take the ingredients that I was making, and I was going to actually take the ingredients and I was going to show you guys an image, right? But I couldn't get it to upload for some reason. And I was going to let you guess and tell me what you thought it was. But what it is peanut griddle. And that's what I'm making. But I was showing you guys all the ingredients for it, and I wanted to see if you could figure out what it was. But it's not going to be peanut griddle. It's going to be cashew griddle, because I bought raw cashews, and I want to see now. Cashews is a softer nut than peanuts, so we want to see how this work out. And hey, y'all know I'm drinking my sweet tea, but this time I have a little lemonade inside of it. You know what I mean? Make what you call this? Not an Arnold Palmer, but yeah, Arnold Palmer. That's what they call it. But still, okay. So the holidays are here. We have some great shows that are coming up, you know, and I promise you, you guys, I'm gonna get better at this and stuff. I'm doing so much. I got so much in the making for you guys. Um, we're no longer, well, we're still Chatterbox Podcast, but we are Chatterbox Media Network, which sponsors Chatterbox Podcast now. So there's a whole network that under the umbrella of the network, it'll be the podcast, it'll be the public speaking aspect of everything, and it's also going to be my monetization when it comes to sponsorships and things of that nature. And then also, hopefully, as we go along, I'll be able to go into like T-shirts and mugs and do all that kind of stuff. Because, and then I want to also, I have some ebooks that are going to also be there, positive ebooks. They're going to talk about making money, talking about how to get over generational curses, all of that kind of stuff that I've been talking about on my shows is all going to be format, and they're going to be on ebooks and all that kind of stuff, and people are going to be able to go and download it. I also got a free information that's going to be going out if you just be part of my email list and all that. So just kind of look for a lot of different things that I'm working on. I'm trying to grow. I'm not trying to, I am growing. So yeah, that's one of the things that I learned today. I told you guys I've been listening to these seminars and stuff, and a lot of seminars are positive. They're showing, like, let me see, they're showing a lot of, trying to, hold on for just a minute. Let me see. Can I work this out? Okay. Yeah. They're showing like a lot of, how we have to like, we have this out of body experience a lot of times in life and stuff. Um, with the body we're living in, a lot of times we're so hard on it as far as blaming it for the transitions that it's taken in this universe. But through God and through prayer, and people say the universe, they call it all kinds of different things. But if you're one with that universe, then you'll realize that the universe already knew you was going to do what you do when you went through it. And so you accept everything that's negative in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an experience. And even when you had a negative experience, there's always something positive that you can get from the experience. So anything that we talk about on this show, it might feel as if we're calling you out, but it's not so much calling you out. It's so that you are able to step outside of yourself and see what some of the possibilities could be of why you keep doing the same thing over and over again, having the same results when you're really trying to do something different. A lot of us are trying to do different things now in life. Come on. We want the best for ourselves. So, we live in paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people are, not me. Okay. But, people living paycheck to paycheck, been there, done that. Instead of taking money and starting to like invest in things that, going to leave generational inheritance. So things that are going to set you up for the future. Because we as a people need to always stop looking at things temporary, trying to look rich, but we ain't rich. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got it because we spend most of what we make on trying to display something when nobody really cares. You see, what you should be focused on is what you're gonna have for the future. Because you know, I'd rather have peace than a pair of shoes. I'd rather have tranquility with my mind to be able to do greater things, you see. Or I'd rather take my money and invest it where my money is giving me a return rather than just spending it, because I paid myself first. So, a lot of the shows that we talk about, not to get all into these different things, they're going to be shows that are going to try to enhance you or encourage you to and encourage us, because as we go along, some things I'm learning as well. You know what I mean? But things that I do know from experience, I'll be able to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm never comparing myself to you, but I want you just to us to be on the same page of trying to do the things that we can do to better ourselves. And one of the things is that the truth about social media is that it causes depression. Okay, so some of the first steps that we're going to do with our lives are going to stop doing so much strolling and read a book. You hear me? Read a book or start doing the research on something that you want to do because you got goals that's up here and then you got goals that's down here. The goals that you have up here, it don't take no whole lot of energy for you to achieve. Why? Because you know that those are the things that you like with passion. So you'll get up and you'll do. But the goals that's down here, you got to be pushed to do, you know. But you want to always try to focus on that goal that's going to get you to where you got to go. And, in social media, and if you're not using it in a positive way where it can help you make money, then it ain't good for you. Let's see. So we got Christmas. I'm really interested in knowing, hey, what you guys are cooking for Christmas. I haven't really thought about it, but because I cook for Thanksgiving, but my mom, she had a situation this week, and I just want to say thank you to my heavenly Father, because my mom, she could have left me this week, but God spared her a little more time. She had a little bit more time. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So it was a positive week. She even sounds better now that she's been in the hospital and stuff. So if you're seeing this, Mom, I just want you to know that I love you and I love all my siblings. But yeah, what are you guys cooking for Christmas? You know what I mean? I made chocolate cake. I made two sweet potato pies for Thanksgiving. I made my stuffing with, my smoked turkey and everything. I boiled it with my celery and onions and took it off the bone. And whew, that stuffing was real, real good with my fresh gravy. I did make a ham. And since then, I took the ham bone and made me some lima beans. How many of you like lima beans? I do. You know what I mean? Especially when they season with as much ham as I had inside of them. What else? So I'm in New York. They had the Christmas tree lighting at Rockefeller Center. I wasn't there, but I did see it on TV. It was really wonderful this year. The Christmas parade was wonderful this year. But let's make our holiday joyous. And if you don't have anybody to be with, light a candle for yourself. Do something special for yourself. Let's celebrate you. I feel like you gotta celebrate yourself. And yeah, try to celebrate yourself. Celebrate the accomplishments that you've done for the whole year. I know we all had some good things to talk about. Don't let the negative override everything. We got a lot of people, they're putting comments up and everything, but because time is so short, you guys, I am so happy that you finally are here and you listening and you putting comments. But I'm not going to be able to go over each comment, but I just want y'all to know that I do acknowledge you. I see you, and that's the type of support that I need and I want, because this platform is for all of us. Listen, let's see. If you like my show, y'all know it. Y'all know it. Here it is. Here it is. Subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend, put it out there, for me. Put it out there for me and let everybody know that I'm here. All right. And I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty. And next week, show topic is we're part of the I can't really think of what the topic is, even though I did the research is, because my mind is all over the place. But it's the it's a generation, the yes ma'am or the yes sir, or no, the I'm all right, I'm okay generation. It's something like that, because this is a generation where everybody always be like, I'm okay. So anywho, you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining in, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And then look for me, okay? Look for me during the week. I promise you, I'm gonna start publishing or putting up some real live stuff so you guys get to see a part of what I'm doing. Thank you. I love you. And God bless. And Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.